Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Augustus, and I'm back again with another episode of Tsukihime. When we last left off, well, we returned home, and that is going to lead to some very interesting discussions, I'm sure, because Akiha is almost certainly angry with us. But I think I left us off with a question. What are we going to tell her? And I think, after very briefly thinking about it, I think we should tell her the truth, because she won't believe a word of it, and she'll get mad if we just apologize with no excuses, and she'll be able to tell that the obvious lie is, well, obvious, because it's been very apparent at this point that Shiki is not a good liar. So, let's tell her the truth. I'll try telling the truth. I don't want to lie to Akiha, and if I explain everything sincerely, Akiha may understand. I think I remember this scene, actually. I think I remember it being absolutely hilarious because of her reaction. Well, the possibility of that is like winning a lottery. Alright, let's go. Taking a deep breath, I open the sitting room door. In the sitting room, Akiha is on the sofa and Hisui is standing by the wall. Yep, she's angry. Good morning, Nissan. Her gaze is telling me I am angry. Let me reiterate that part real quick, and I just bumped my table. I am angry. Yo, morning, Akiha. That's a great response. A defiant person is strong. I give a cheerful greeting to Akiha's bullying gaze. She might be confused with my cheerfulness as she just stares at me. Nissan, let's dispense with the greetings. Please sit here. I wish to speak with you. Sure. Let's keep it short, though. I also can't remember what voice I gave her, so, let's just go with it, shan't we? I solemnly and calmly sit down on the sofa across from Akiha. Well then, Nissan, this is very abrupt, but may I ask about these past 2 days? I knew it. Since I left the house for 2 days, there's no excuse. Time to honestly tell her about Arcueid in these past 2 days. You know, she might believe us. About that, Akiha. Yes, what is it, Nissan? In these past 2 days, I was hunting a vampire. You know about the recent killings, right? They were the work of a vampire, so I helped the good vampire I met recently, and I fought with the bad vampire. God, this is making me laugh. That is such a horrible explanation. Like that, I explained concisely. What? Akiha is taken completely by surprise. Well, I guess it is a natural reaction. In her head, she's probably thinking I'm making a fool of her, and any time in the next instant, "Are you making a fool out of me, Nissan?" She'll shout something like that to me. Huh? She seems upset, but she doesn't say anything. Akiha? Nissan, is this some sort of bad joke? Akiha looks at me quietly, like she was seeing directly into my heart. No, well, how should I put this? A joke, right? Well, I know it sounds like one, but no, it has to be a joke. So please do not say such things in the future, even if it is a joke. She stares at me more uneasy than angry. Since her stare looks so serious, yeah, I can only nod to her. I understand. Then I will no longer ask about this. But please refrain from doing anything like this ever again. Nisan, you are the eldest son of the Tono family. If you do not understand your position better, it will be troubling. Hey, that has nothing to do with this. Yeah, you're the heir. Besides, you're the successor to the Tono family, so it doesn't really matter what I do. If you're so worried about the future of the Tono family, you should go find a husband appropriate for the Tono household. Oh dear, that probably was not a smart thing to say. Oh, she's not... For some reason, Arcueid descends into silence. She doesn't get angry at us. She's not yelling. Interesting. She just seems a bit solemn. A bit, well, sad. What's wrong? Are you feeling alright, Arcueid? It's nothing. If you have enough time to worry about me, please pay more attention to yourself. You have chronic anemia to worry about, Nisan. Well, it is true I frequently collapse from anemia. Anyway, please do not leave the mansion by yourself often. Even without that, the city is dangerous recently. Someone like you, who meanders about in a daze, just asking to be attacked by that serial killer. Serial killer? Oh, those serial killings. Those serial killings where 9 victims have been found. Their bodies were all drained of blood, so they call it the modern-day vampire. But... that's okay. Those incidents, they won't ever happen again. Huh? It means the vampire isn't around anymore. That killer is caught already. Is that so? Nisan, how do you know about that? Well, I just happened to see it, but for sure, such things will not happen again. Yeah, at least there won't be any more people killed by Nero. These past 2 days spent with Arcueid, so many things happened, I can't really say what is right and what is wrong. But the simple truth remains. I can say it was all for the best. Again, let's quote you on that, Shiki. It was all for the best. Nisan, what happened? You suddenly seemed very happy. We just told you. We told you exactly what happened. Arcueid looks strangely at my face. Well, she doesn't believe it, so it's fine. It's nothing. I just feel that it's finally over. A smile unconsciously creeps over my lips as I answer. It's 7:30. There's a moth flying towards my closet. That's probably not a good thing. It's probably a fine thing, but whatever. Nobody cares about that. Not even me. Arcueid left 20 minutes earlier than me, by car. Why is that exclamation point? After eating Kohaku-san's delicious breakfast, I decide to head for school. Hisui walks with me to the gate, carrying my bag. Well, I'll be going. Thanks for seeing me off, Hisui. Hisui wordlessly hands me my bag. Shiki-sama, what time will you be returning? You don't trust me either? Well, to be fair, it's okay. I'll definitely be back in the afternoon. I'll quote you on that, Shiki. I will. I understand. Then please be careful on your way. Hisui bows deeply. Feeling a bit embarrassed about it, I leave the mansion's gate. At the intersection, there are only the figures of my fellow high school students. No young woman sitting in the guardrail like that one time. Well, of course. I probably won't ever see her again. First of all, her goal was to execute the vampire, and with Nero gone, there's no reason for her to stay around any longer. Just a little bit in my chest. Things like regret and lingering affection. It is true she only brought trouble, but even still, it was fun being with her. What am I, stupid? A little bit. I almost got killed. What part of that makes me feel lingering affection? The wounds from last night still hurt. Remember back to when you almost became Nero's food? You certainly don't want something like that to ever happen again. The school bell rings. Crap, I'll be late. Shaking off my idle thoughts, I run to the school gate. I fly into my classroom. It's still 5 minutes before class, so it's very noisy inside. Whew. I take a breath and head to my seat. With this much time left, I didn't even need to run at all. Yo, Duke of Delinquency! From behind, I hear a voice that I never look forward to. What's going on, Tono? I've never heard you were skipping class. It's a lot of trouble. You have to tell me when you skip school and go play. Arihiko says those preposterous words to me with an unbelievably happy expression. Why should I have to do that when I don't go to school? How am I going to tell you anyway? Cell phones aren't invented yet or something. Was this like 1998, I think? 2000 at the latest? Isn't it obvious? When you don't show, neither does Senpai, so it's bad unless I think of something ahead of time. What's bad for this guy? But seriously, what happened? Since middle school, you've had anemia, but you never skipped school. Well, you did that cool trick several times, leaving as soon as you arrived. It's kind of like that. I made it to the intersection and felt bad, so I went back home. Both you and Yumizuka seem to be acting like bad students lately. Well, isn't it sad? Well, I'm guilty as charged, but is something wrong with Yumizuka-san? Her? She's been absent lately. She was always such an honor student, so I think she might have been stressed out. But I bet she can't call the raise because she had a bad hand. Arihiko's words are always very unique. I mean, that's correct, but I was just very, very surprised about the poker pun. The homeroom chime rings again. Well, I'm off. Since you skipped Saturday, make sure you study hard today. Arihiko leaves the room quickly. In other words, he's going to skip class today, leaving us all on our lonesome. Well, it could be worse. He could spend time with us. Morning classes end. With the bell announcing lunchtime, half the people in the classroom clear out. Well, then, what should I do? Arihiko isn't here, so I should take my time and eat lunch. Oh? Tono-kun, you're by yourself. Yeah, senpai, did you come here to eat? I completely forgot what voice I gave her. Not even slightly do I remember. Yes, I thought I would eat with everyone, so I hurried here, but... She stares. Without any warning, she looks at my face intently. I don't know what she's thinking, but she suddenly draws close to me. Hey, senpai. She's right next to me. Almost embracing distance. Something would be wrong with my heart if it wasn't beating quickly. Senpai doesn't say anything. She only stands right next to me and sniffs. Guess we smell like curry. Huh? What is she doing? Senpai then gets away. Senpai? Tono-kun, did something happen? She asks me with a serious look. To be blunt, I don't know what's going on. Something, like what? I don't know, that's why I'm asking. She looks up at me as if she was angry. Nothing, I'm just always... Do I seem strange today? I'm not sure either. I just thought so perhaps I was just imagining things. I tilt my head in confusion. Well, shall we get lunch? You are eating at the cafeteria, right, Tono-kun? If we don't hurry, the seats will all be taken. Yeah. You're eating at the cafeteria too, senpai? Yes, I want to eat something good today. She grins and pulls me by the hand as she starts walking. In the end, I talk with Senpai about the athletic festival in 2 weeks and the culture festival shortly thereafter over lunch. To tell the truth, Senpai saying, "I want to eat something good," and ordering curry leaves more of an impression in my mind than what we talked about. Yes, curry Senpai. I don't know if I have an image of that to toss onto the thumbnail, but, I'll think about it. Classes end and school is over. What should I do now? That's actually a good question. Well, actually, I know what we're going to do. We have to do this one, because if we do that one, we get points with Arcueid. But, wine went down a bit wrong there. Not good. Thinking about it, me and CL Curry Senpai probably would not get along very well for the simple fact that I don't really like curry, which is weird because I love heavily spiced, heavily seasoned foods, lots of herbs and spices. I just don't like curry all that much, shockingly enough. But anyway, I digress. We are going to go into the city and look for her. I go out into town aimlessly. Why the heck am I walking around here for no reason? It's just a mistake. There's no way she's still around, and it's not like I have any reason to talk to her. So, why did I think it was her? Why am I walking around town pointlessly like this? I have to go back to the mansion. I shake my head as if trying to clear my head of drunkenness and turn away from the non-existent illusion of Arcueid. I head up the road and draw near the mansion. After a little more walking, I see Hisui standing by herself at the front gate. I wonder what Hisui is doing. You said you'd be back in the afternoon. Well, I guess technically this is probably still the afternoon. Something to think about, I guess. I guess. I had to pause to drink a bit of water. Just a sip though, and I forgot to pause it, so whatever. Hisui realizes I'm here and bows her head. Welcome back, Shiki-san. Thanks, Hisui. I can barely reply since I'm bewildered by how the respectfulness of it all. It's kind of hard to read. Just put my finger into the microphone. Yay, I'm smart. This text is a bit hard to read on the screen. This game's really, really bad about that sometimes, where I know white text with a black outline can be read on anything, and you can, for me anyway, with my shitty vision, I can read this just barely. I have to focus a little bit more. The coloring of everything and the way it's all silhouetted makes it a bit hard for me personally to read. I don't know about anybody else, but whatever. Were you waiting for me to come home? Yes. Greeting the master is a servant's duty. Answering very matter-of-factly, she doesn't even bat an eyelash. Hisui, I'm truly happy you waited to greet me, but there's really no need to wait outside. I'll come back on my own, so you can just greet me whenever you realize I'm back. Hisui's face clouds slightly. Oh, maybe she was waiting for me to return like this on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, don't you feel shitty, Shiki? Hisui, I understand. Starting from tomorrow, I will wait your return in the lobby. Hisui gives a quick bow and opens the mansion gate. Hisui turns around as she does so. Sigh. For some reason, the atmosphere isn't exactly conducive to conversation. Hisui closes the gate after I pass through, then silently walks to the entrance to open the door and leads me into the lobby. Again, a little bit hard to read sometimes, especially on the gate. This will be a lot easier to read. I get to my room. Akiya isn't back yet from her lesson, and Kohaku-san is preparing dinner, and Hisui is cleaning up the mansion. Jeez, there's nothing to do. Well, there's quite a mountain of studying, reviewing, and memorizing a student like me has to do, but that's not fun. But I just don't feel like doing anything. Suddenly, Arcueid's face flashes in my mind. Whether good or bad, it's probably just a reaction to the crazy 2 days I just had. Perhaps spacing out here in my room will be good, giving my mind and heart a break. After eating dinner by myself in the large dining room, Kohaku-san treats my wounds and I go back to my room. Akiha didn't make it back in time for dinner. Her lesson was apparently going to last a while, so she was going to eat away from her home. It's past 10 at night now. It's a bit too early, but since I'm exhausted, I should sleep early tonight. My body is exhausted, but I can't fall into a deep sleep. The wounds all around my body sting and wake up my mind as it tries to sleep. I look at the clock as I lie in bed. It's past 3 o'clock in the morning, already 5 hours of unsatisfactory rest. Wow, odd. I remember attempting to go to sleep at like 10 o'clock throughout pretty much all of school and then failing because I can't sleep for shit. Damn it, I can't sleep. Yeah, I went through most of high school on like 4 hours of sleep, around about 3 to 4. Not being able to sleep when I want to, it's like torture. Tick, tick, tick. The sound of the clock's second hand gets on my nerves. Tick, 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 creak, tick, 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 tick. Eh? I think I heard something mixed in with the ticking. It sounds like the door opening, but who would be coming at this hour? Tap, tap, tap. No, there's no mistake. Someone came into my room and is coming near me. Who is it? If someone was to come this late, it would be the end of the episode, as a matter of fact. And I guess this would be a good time to explain how I'm going to be handling this. So, as a bit of a spoiler, since we're not going to be on the screen next time we see each other, I'm going to be choosing the first option. It might be Arcueid, because that would give us points with Arcueid. And we want more points with her. However, this is going to lead to one of the game's very, well, not good H scenes. And I am not going to be showing those on YouTube. I'm going to be skipping past them. And then, recording-wise, you guys aren't going to see anything. Personally, I have to, sit through holding the control button as I zoom through the text, but, it's going to take maybe a minute or two of my time to skip through all of them. I will probably be sitting as a total of 5 minutes throughout the entire game for all of them. But again, I don't want to show them. They're not very well written in general, in my opinion. Even the original Japanese, I've heard they're not great. They're not as bad as the English translation. The translations are, well, I was half tempted to kind of skim through them because I remember there being some really funny lines in them. Like, I think Shiki says something along the lines of, my piercing pillar of flesh and stuff like that, but they're just not good. The ones in Tsukihime are just kind of boring with a couple of funny lines. The ones in Fate Stay Night are, especially in the first route of Fate Stay Night, they're absolutely hilarious because they're so bad. But these are just boring, not very well written, and I don't like reading them anyway. So we are going to be skipping them. So I'm gonna save here, and then whenever you next join me, it will be after the scene is over. But again, we'll be choosing the first option because we want more points with Arcueid. So, I think this, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the end of this episode, and I hope to see you all in the next.